We are having this campaign for the third time, and this is the eighth day of the campaign, this in third edition. And what a great start of the Navaratri. And we have already about 35 listeners to this webinar. We have an amazing lineup of speakers today, and I'm sure more people will join as we move forward. So first of all, I would like to remind you that this web Navaratri, we had once again done combination of online and offline campaign, which included our participation in various events in various cities with the help of various partners. And it also meant that we reached out to hundreds and thousands of more target consumers, technocrats, professional students, industry professionals, government officials, academicians, scientists, and various activists. Over a period of these three editions, we have reached out to more than 2 million people, both in person and digitally combined. This campaign is mainly to support those fence sitters who are thinking of becoming a vegetarian but are still consuming either egg or meat, or those vegetarians who are looking for an opportunity to try and taste very good quality, high protein foods. And that is why the amazing benefits of plant-based foods are being enjoyed by various consumers, not just in India, but all over the world. It also means that our members who have grown to 125 now are finding newer and newer ways of providing less processed, more nutritious, healthier, tastier, and more sustainable foods. Last year has been very tough for our industry. 2022 was amazing, but this year, since December, we found that a lot of investment started drying up ever since we came to know that Beyond Meat has slowed down and they retrenched some of their employees. While other companies were growing, India was growing, but investor confidence was dwindling, and they were looking for lab-grown meat and other opportunities which are yet to fructify. So investment started going down on plant-based foods, but investment could not reach the other parts of alternative proteins, and investor interest was very high for the lab grown meat, but the companies were not ready. So as a result, the entire industry suffered, and it requires a little bit of soul searching that what have we done. So we have committed harakiri, suicidal steps we have taken. हिंदी में कहते हैं कि हमने अपने पांव पे खुद कुल्हाड़ी मार ली. The result of that is now we are finding it difficult to convince the investors that the industry is growing, the consumption is growing, But this pain also brought a good thing. Unintended benefit of that was all the flab started going away. Those weak startups have disappeared. Many of them closed down, and many of them started focusing on their core competency, core product, and the tastier products, healthier products, more economical products. So the flab is going away and we are becoming fighting fit because the writing is clear on the wall that the plant-based foods are on a song. Investors eventually follow where the alpha is, where the dime is, where the money is. So they will realize that by putting a pause, they haven't gained, they have lost. But this has given us an opportunity to do a lot of cell searching that we cannot that we cannot do those products which are not ready. They say that if a non-vegetarian tries plant-based meat and he does not find the taste to his liking, or through the blind test, he can say, no, 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 this is not my meat. This is something similar, but not the same. So I don't like it. It takes 20 months for him to come back. So appeal to all the plant-based food companies in India and abroad that please do not launch the product in haste. We launch the products only after they are fully ready. Like in case of dairy, we are ready. In case of plant-based meat, many companies have been very ready, and some of the products of the good companies are also not up to the mark, and some of the products are absolutely world class. I have seen in the last few months, I have tasted the products almost all over the world, plant-based food products. I can say with confidence and with a lot of happiness that Indian products are second to none. They are class apart. We have cracked the code, but not all of us. But not all of our products are up to the mark. So, as you know, that the newer challenges have come. There is a move by WHO to bring the attention towards those products which are over processed. We cannot say no, no, no. Just because some noodles are over processed, we will also come out with over processed products. We should find out that what are those processed products which are very healthy, and we should focus on that, and what are those products which are over processed and unhealthy. Similarly, we have seen other challenges that the dairy sector became very, very insecure and they went after us and the nomenclature became an issue. We still cannot call millet milk in the millet year. We cannot call soya milk as soya milk. We used to call soya milk as soya milk. For 20 years, we called soya milk as soya milk. But after our honorable minister from Gujarat, Mr. Mandavia, and his organization, FSSAI, listen to the dairy industry, which is a very, very dominant industry from Gujarat, that don't allow them to use the dairy terms. So the result was that we could not call plant-based ice cream as plant-based ice cream and plant-based milk as plant-based milk. Now we call it plant-based beverage. People go and try to search amongst Coca-Cola. Maybe this beverage is lying next to Coca-Cola. How the plant-based milk will lie next to Coca-Cola? or next to fruit juice. It will lie next to milk only because that's where the customers come. Two members in the family drink milk. One member in the family has become vegan. He wants soy milk. Where will you go? Will you go in the section where soy chunks are lying? No, you will go where the milks are lying. But if you call it beverage, we are only making ourselves a joke. Not only to our own consumers, but world over. And India is not the only country which is doing this. There are many countries. So it seems that the dairy sector is united. So we also got united. Jasmine has joined. She's from Proveg, CEO from Proveg. We were together during the International Plant-Based Food Working Group meeting last week in Brussels, in Belgium. We also discussed that if they can unite, why can't we unite? So plant-based Navaratri campaign is an excellent opportunity for us to do a shubharam, a good beginning towards a better future, healthier future, more sustainable future, more humane future. We cannot feed 10 billion people with the kind of food that they ask for it. We have to go sustainable. We have to go plant-based. We have to go those products which are not only healthy for us, but also which are good for the environment. We cannot have so much of water, so much of land to grow so much of meat products. We have to keep the vegetarians and vegetarian and try to convince non-vegetarians to try plant-based so that the food becomes more sustainable. And at the same time, in a country like India, we have to increase the protein. So apart from these two challenges of over-processed dairy industry becoming insecure, we had more challenges that in the name of lab meat, we committed a grave error and we unknowingly, unwantedly, or foolishly, or greedily, we pushed the investors towards lab meat, but the lab meat was not ready. So neither the plant-based meat had the investment nor lab meat got the investment. And the pain continues. So while we are trying to reverse the tide because the industry is growing, not only in India, but all over the world. So these are the three challenges. The fourth challenge came from our own industry, which was not always ready for all the products that they had. If they had good nuggets, maybe their burger was not good. If their burger was good, maybe their, uh, you know, some other kebab was not good. Or if they made kebab with some other novel ingredient, the after effect of, uh, you know, the kebab was not good. But we continue to have amazing reliance on soy-based products. So there was no problem there. And customers continue to enjoy the plant-based meat, and that segment is growing. In case of milk, it's not just soy milk, it's not just almond milk, but also oat milk, which came like a big, uh, I would say, support, as well as the millets joined in India. So amazing companies came up. So these are the challenges. And then on top of that, the customers are not aware that the plant-based meat is available almost everywhere. So we have to work together. Industry has to work together. We have to learn from our mistakes and make sure that the products are absolutely top class. We have a very brief presentation before we call the star speaker of the day, Jasmine Debu, the CEO of Proveg. We have a short presentation to share with you. And then after Jasmine, we'll call our partners first, and then the rest of the speakers. So before we give you the presentation, which Narari is going to share, I request Aditi, Medha, and Indra to introduce themselves, and then we go to the rest of the program. So over to you, Aditi.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. So, good morning, everyone. We know it's a Sunday morning, but we are all here, and we are all here to celebrate this Navratri in a different manner, in a unique way, which is what we are calling plant-based Navratri. So, it is your chance, and it is a chance where we're encouraging everyone to come in and at least try plant-based, that start their plant-based journey. So that's why we are calling it Navratri Se Shubh Arambh. And as Sir mentioned in detail about the industry, about where we are going, so that was insightful. And with the coming speakers, we'll have various kinds of different perspectives from everyone. So we are looking forward to that. And it's great that we're all coming together to celebrate this occasion, and looking forward to more such events and what is in store for us today. Thank you.
Medha.
Welcome to everyone. Good morning, and thank you all for participating in this plant-based Navratri campaign. Uh, this is the third campaign we are running, and we're very happy that we have received a lot of supports from other organizations to run this drive ahead and connecting with new individuals each day of these 10 days of Navratri. So it's a great pleasure to have you all here, and looking forward to listen to all the speakers. We have speakers from diverse background, so it's going to be very interesting. I think every speakers are going to share some different perspective with us. So looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Indra.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to PBFI's webinar. So happy Navratri as well, everyone. And this time we are celebrating plant-based Navratri, like Medha mentioned, for the third time. This is our third edition. We have a stellar list of speakers just waiting for all of you. They're going to be sharing a lot of insights on different aspects of the value chain of plant-based foods. So really looking forward to hearing from all of them, and thank you everyone once again for joining us.
Narari.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Narhari Gupta, and I'm currently working as an innovation specialist at the Plant-Based Foods Industry Association. And I have a brief presentation that will take you through all the three editions of the Plant-Based Navratri campaign that we hosted along with our esteemed partners and PBFIA members in the past 2 years. So let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Mm, it's a blank screen. The content is not visible.
Yes,
Yeah,
now
we
is
can
it
see.
visible?
Yeah.
Yes. So the tagline, basically the title of our campaign is Plant-Based Navratri, and the tagline is Navratri Se Shubh Arambh, which means that one should switch to plant-based foods starting Navratri. Because during Navratri in India, we usually abstain from consuming animal products such as meat, eggs, and other related animal products. So that's why PBFIA took a chance and realized that this is a great start for people who would like to try out plant-based options, and maybe if they like it, they might continue it after Navratri as well. So during this campaign, our supporters, our esteemed supporters are USEC, that is US Soybean Export Council, ProVeg International, Animal Climate Health Save India, World Animal Protection, Ahimsa Land Foundation, Food Tech Biz, Satvik Vegan Society, Images Group, Indian Culinary Forum, Mishri Reviews, as well as Indo Agri Food and Feed. That is also one of the events that is happening from 8th to 10th of January in Mahabalipuram. So as you can also see, various like consumer-focused plant-based foods industry association members also participated and supported this campaign. So this is a brief slide about what is Navratri and a brief about the campaign. So basically, the campaign is a flagship program designed to create a nationwide movement with a special focus on engaging and educating the youth. And as we know that Navratri is a 9-day long celebration in which people abstain from consuming meat and meat products. Non-vegetarian and flexitarians crave for meaty texture, but due to religious reasons, they cannot consume meat. The campaign encourages people to consider this as the start of their journey and embrace a plant-based diet post Navratri as well. So why one should consider consuming plant-based foods? There are various reasons, and here I have listed a few reasons focusing on health. So as we know that animal products are one of the leading causes of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancers. And replacing animal-based products with plant-based products actually reduces the risk of such diseases and also helps us in weight management, heart health, as well as gut health and digestive benefits because it has tons of necessary fibers and micronutrients that our body require on a daily basis. So these are a few highlights from this third edition of the Plant-Based Navratri campaign. So we kicked off the campaign on 15th of October during the Ekatva festival hosted by Vegan First. And this festival actually served as a unique platform for many D2C PBFIA members to actually exhibit and showcase their products to end consumers. So there were brands such as Plant Away or like Core Superfoods and Continental Greenbird and various several other brands who participated and provided their products for tastings to the consumers. And it actually saw a footfall of more than 1,000 people throughout the day. So this happened on 15th of October, and the next day we actually celebrated Plant-Based Navratri campaign by organizing tasting sessions and engaging panel discussions at an event at the National Institute of Food Technology in Sonipat. So this event was organized by Ministry of Food Processing Industries and in Food and Beverage Association. And next, we also hosted on 20th of October in an event in partnership with Animal Save India at the Institute of Hotel Management in Mumbai. So this event was like a well-rounded experience for students featuring culinary demonstration, panel discussions, food tastings, and a special chef felicitation ceremony because we also saw like the celebration of International Chefs Day. So this event kind of provided a detailed information to all the students about the job opportunities in this sector, about how plant-based foods and pursuing that can actually impact their careers and so on. And today we are seeing the webinar that is being titled as Switch to Plant-Based Foods. And throughout the campaign, we have also, with support of our partners, we have also reached out to a lot of people via digital platforms such as social media or electronic mails and press releases and so on. So these are a few glimpses from the third edition. Here you can see the event that was hosted at Institute of Hotel Management Mumbai. And here you can see a speaker from like Mumbai actually interacting with students and informing them about the plant-based treaty program. And then here you can also see how tastings happened at the National Institute of Food Technology, where brands such as Continental Greenbird and Born Reborn were present. These are a few pictures that that students from Institute of Hotel Management took as this was a part of the buffet that they curated for all the audience during the event. And here is a flyer that we created, and as you must have seen this on the social media. So these are a few glimpses of our digital outreach, where our partners such as Mishri Reviews, Animal Save India, Food Tech Biz, Snack Facts, Plant Made, World Animal Protection supported us and promoted this campaign extensively online. These are a few highlights from the second edition of the Plant-Based Navratri that happened in the month of March this year. And here we had supporters such as Vegan Outreach, World Animal Protection, and Animal Safe Movement. And we hosted events such as plant-based food sampling at like big QSR chains. We also kickstarted the campaign from a very popular vegan restaurant in New Delhi, that is People of Tomorrow, and hosted events in universities such as National Institute of Food Technology and Delhi University, along with support from MasterChef Priya Vijan, who actually supported the campaign online as well as offline during the second edition of Navratri campaign. So here are a few glimpses from the first edition. Here you can see students from hotel management institutions trying out their hands-on, like trying out plant-based foods, trying out cooking using plant-based products from PBFIA members such as Blue Tribe or Epigamia and so on. We actually collaborated for this campaign with Business World and Veganuary and achieved more than 2 million digital engagements and engaged directly in person with more than 5,000 students. So this was the very beginning of this campaign. And we also hosted two plant-based chef competitions in Institute of Hotel Management Mumbai and KR Mangalam University Gurugram, and two gatherings at People of Tomorrow restaurant and Loving Hut Vegan Paradise restaurant. So again, here you can see glimpses from the first and second edition, and see the the level of the campaign, like how many people actually participated. So there were tons of students, many brands, D2C brands participated, as well as college faculties were also keen on understanding what plant-based foods are. For people who are new to Plant-Based Foods Industry Association, here's a brief slide about what is PBFIA. So basically, we are a CEO-led body with currently 125 plus members, and we are basically focusing on galvanizing the voice of the industry and putting it forward in front of investors, government, and other stakeholders. So we are focusing on four major work streams that are innovation, investment, food supply chain, and policy advocacy. Plant-Based Foods Industry Association is also one of the founding members of the International Plant-Based Foods Working Group. As Sanjay sir was mentioning earlier, that the dairy industry is quite united, and so is our plant-based industry from various countries such as USA, Canada, Mexico, uh, Europe, China, and many other countries are also have become uh, ca- part of this group recently. Thank you so much, and looking forward to a great session.
Thank you, Narari. So, Jasmine, today we uh, woke you up at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and um, um, very happy that you are, joining this campaign from London. You are in London?
Near London. Yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
still it
yeah,
was 6 o'clock.
yeah. And
Sorry, I was
yeah.
late.
So I've also not reached home since last 2 weeks. So both of us are stuck, but very happy to participate in this campaign. Those who have just recently joined, Jasmine Deku is the CEO of ProVeg International. ProVeg International has been at the forefront of this movement, not only working for the animal welfare campaign, but also uh, making a switch towards plant-based foods. And to support us, ProVeg is making an entry in India, and we are very happy to welcome them and support them. And they will not only guide us and strengthen our hands, they will also work on various parts of this movement. And those of you who want to join ProVeg International are welcome to reach out to Jasmine directly, and it will be a fantastic career for you. Uh, Jasmine is secretly searching for a director in India, so don't tell anyone. Only you, if you want to join, you join, or if you some of your friends want to join, you can just tell them, because we don't want कि दुश्मन के लोग हमारे घर में घुस जाएं, हमारा एम्प्लॉय बन के और हमें परेशान करें बाद में. So all these important positions are these searches are confidential, and we are maintaining all the confidentiality. Jasmine, this is a family, and these 45 people who are there in this, they are part of the team. So don't worry that I have made your search very public. Okay. So very happy to welcome you. Over to you. Floor is yours, Jasmine. Guide everyone, guide all of us that uh, how should we make this switch, and especially in the time that we are struggling with the investment, trickling down, not stopped but slowed down. So over to you. Over to you.
Thank you so much for the very kind introduction, and well done. I mean, again, on doing so many activities. The PBFIA has only been going for less than 2 years, and it's already been so active. So kudos to you, Sanjay, and the team. I'm so impressed. I really enjoyed meeting you all in May when I came over for the second Plant-Based Food Summit, and I'm very impressed with all the work that you've been doing. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to share some of my experiences. As Sanjay said, I am the CEO of ProVeg International. We have 12 offices around the world now. We just launched in Malaysia 2 weeks ago, so that's the latest office to open. And earlier this year, we also opened ProVeg Nigeria. So that was the second office on the African continent. And so we're very pleased to be working more in the global south. As you said, Sanjay, we're also in the process of setting up. We're literally working on the registration right now for the Indian office. And yes, we are looking for a director, but we don't want to run too fast because we want to make sure we've set up the office first and have the right structure in place, and then we can hire someone. So maybe a couple more months, but hopefully by the end of this year or early next year, we can get going. And so we're very excited about that because India is of course hugely important for our mission, which is replacing 50% of animal products by 2040 with plant-based and other alternatives to animal products. And the only way to achieve that is if we are really active all over the world. And of course, you mentioned some of the challenges at the start. Of course, the biggest challenge is Europe and the US and the Canada, Northern Hemisphere, where we are actually consuming more than 80% of the resources in the world. So we need to focus on the change there the most. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't make change also elsewhere. So we're also supporting the change in the global south, but more gradually. And as you said, also trying to, you mentioned keeping the vegetarian and enticing the meat eaters to try more plant-based. And that's exactly our mission. So our mission is to help people on their way. So we have some B2C interventions, which include, for example, the Veggie Challenge, helping people for 30 days to eat more plant-based, and whether they choose to go full in, become vegan for a month, or just reduce their animal consumption for a month. We have a great app, and that's very successful. People are following the app with recipes and tips and guidance. Even more successful is our Teams version, and we have a version where you can sign up as a team, for example, in big companies, and you can even pit one company against another and see if you're doing better in that month. It's a bit of fun, because it needs to be fun. You need to have a bit of an incentive to get you going and see how how you're performing and how many greenhouse gas emissions you've saved or something. And so this is one of the campaigns I think that we will be looking to scale in the coming year or so. It's been very successful in Europe, but we're hoping to maybe bring that also to the US and maybe potentially also India. Of course, it needs to be localized. You know, every country has unique dishes, unique ways of doing things. So that's something that also needs to happen all in the background. But a lot of our work is also focused on changing the food environment. You mentioned the PBFAA and the International Plant-Based Working Group. I've been personally involved in the European Alliance for Plant-Based Foods for the last 3 years. And it all kicked off with a big threat to the European legislation where two initiatives are being tabled to try to restrict the plant-based dairy and the plant-based meat category with the labeling. And what was very interesting, we ran campaigns on both to say, you know, that's ridiculous, that shouldn't happen, consumers are not confused. And for some reason in the voting, when it happened 3 years ago, the plant-based meat category was, that proposal was rejected by the members of parliament, but to restrict dairy further was actually supported. So that taught us two things. One is that the dairy industry worked more behind the closed doors and behind the scenes to influence the MEPs. And what they said was that it kind of codified already existing practice. And that wasn't true. It was actually much more than that. It went much further. It would have influenced the shape and the type of product packaging even. You couldn't say cheesy or creamy or other things. And we were like, oh my God, that's really, really shocking that that's now passed. But we kept campaigning and we said, look, this is bad for the consumer because they will be confused when they can't find the products on the shelf and not in the right location. It's bad for the producer because they will have to change all their packaging, all their products. It really hurts the sector. It's going to have a massive impact. So what happened was we kept the pressure on, and fortunately, so in about April 2021, the European Council, the Parliament, and the Commission got together and they dropped the proposal. So because it then was shelved from the European Union, what they've since tried to do is go to a national basis legislation. So in Italy, in France, in Belgium, in all sorts of countries in Europe, we've seen these kind of proposals being tabled. And one of them in France is now before the European Court of Justice, because we don't want to actually, what we're saying is that this is not for a national member state to decide, because it will have an impact on the other member states, and that touches on how trade is done in Europe, and it needs to be open and fair. So now the European Court of Justice will be looking into this and giving a judgment very soon. And I think this is very important because this case will then determine what else can happen here in Europe. And as you said, it happens in many other countries around the world, in Chile, in Turkey, plant-based cheese has been banned, for example. That is not even allowed to be sold anymore. So that's really draconian. And as ProVeg, we're helping both our countries where we are represented, as well as other organizations around the world to work on these labeling issues, but also other level playing field issues. So for example, again, in Europe, there is a fund to promote agricultural products and heavily skewed towards animal products. And what we're saying is that at least the plant-based products should be more eligible, not just raw fruit and raw vegetables, but also the plant-based meat and dairy alternatives. And that the amount of funding should shift, ideally completely to the plant-based category, but otherwise a massive shift. And what these are all files as part of the Farm to Fork strategy. And what we've just learned last week, you know, we were in Brussels like just on Friday last week, and then the week after we heard that the European Commission was not going to work on those files anymore. They're in their last year. Next year there will be elections. Of course, they don't want to kind of ruffle any feathers. They don't want to cause any upset. So we are quite disappointed. We've worked very hard on these files. Also, another one is school scheme. We're trying to get more plant-based milk into schools. We're not saying get rid of all the dairy milk because we want to be pragmatic. But but it's all been dropped now. So we now need to find other opportunities to work with the European Commission and the Parliament to still promote plant-based. And one of those opportunities, because I like to think in terms of opportunities, is the protein strategy. And whilst we didn't ask for that, it was one of the opportunities where the European Commission came to us for advice and input. Initially it was more focused on animal feed, but now it's also focused on growing crops for humans. Pishwa, someone would like to speak. A question? We can, yes, we can go.
Yeah,
to...
we can
Yeah.
pick this in the end. We can take it in the end. We can take the question in the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is it appropriate to to speak?
Not now. In the end, please.
In the end, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the protein strategy was just published, but the problem is that's only a strategy, and that's not an actual policy plan. So yeah, we need to make that relevant. We need to make that actionable. And so next year we're also going to be a little bit involved in the elections. We're asking all the parties to adopt certain manifesto points, focus on the plant-based sector. We've already been quite successful. There's Dutch elections coming up this month or next month, and the ProVeg Netherlands team have asked all the parties to take various points into the manifesto, and pretty much all of them did. So that's really good. Whether they will actually implement them is always to be seen. But I think that's a really good sign that ProVeg is taken seriously around the world in many countries. And we want to extend this to India, to other countries as well. On an individual level, as I mentioned, we have the Veggie Challenge. We also are launching a new campaign in end of November. It's a bit playful, it's a bit for younger generation, but it's future focused and looking at what people could be if they were living in 2040 and where they would focus. Would they focus on the environment, on animals, or on taste? And it's a bit of a quiz that people can take and then find out what kind of personality they are. And then we direct them to the Veggie Challenge or taking more plant-based options in their food. Yeah, and otherwise, of course, our website, we're also going through a website revision. We'll be launching that soon as well. And that offers a lot of support for individuals as well, with recipes and information. That's still the most popular part of the website. And finally, I can tell you all about what we do. It's too much. We have an incubator for profits, and now we also have an incubator for not-for-profit ideas that's just started Friday. So people are coming together from all over the world to come up with new non-profit ideas. The incubator has helped nearly 100 startups, I think, in the last 5 years, or just over already. And collectively, they raised more than $250 million. Some of them are really successful. Others are still struggling. You mentioned the investment. That is still difficult. But yeah, if you have a good product, a good concept, a niche in the market, then of course there will be funding and there will be support. And finally, we're also active at UN level, where we are very focused on getting food on the climate agenda. And so last year we had the first food pavilion in Egypt, and this year we will have another food pavilion, Food for Climate Pavilion, together with other partners. And lots of side events already lined up with the FAO and United Nations Environment Programme and others, where we kind of engage with the relevant stakeholders to try to keep plant-based on the environment agenda. And for a change, actually, the catering will now finally be much more plant-based as well. In the past, they were just serving beef and all the other animal products at COP summits, and we kept trying to influence it. And this time, actually, this is happening. So we are quite optimistic. I know it's there's a lot of work to do, but we are very optimistic that the signs are going in the right direction, and more stakeholders are getting involved and interested. Investment, research, we can see that more and more papers are showing that it's better for the climate, better for people's health, etc., to eat more plant-based. And companies are starting up, and when they're successful, then they're merging or being acquired by bigger companies, which I think is all a good sign of the movement. So I'm very positive and I'm mindful of other people's time. So I would like to close, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
No, thank you very much, Jasmine. I will relay all the questions to you in the end, and if you wish, in the meantime, you can catch up on your sleep. Uh, it has been a great pleasure to receive you, and please remember, on 21st May, we have the third plant-based food summit, and what a great opportunity to launch ProVeg India at that platform. So look forward to your presence again during this event. And this time the summit is going to be bigger, better, grander. And but the venue will be the same, which is La Meridian Hotel, New Delhi, on 21st May. And we are hoping to keep this time the dinner also, so that we don't have to wrap up in the hurry in the evening. And it's going to be fantastic and truly international. And I've gone to China, I'm in Canada right now, US, and of course Europe, Tanzania, Egypt. All these places we have promoted this event in person, and this is continuing. Dubai as well. So we are going to make it more and more visible, and we'll go to Indonesia, Bali, also Singapore, and tell everyone that uh, India is the origin of plant-based foods, and India is the place where the international event must happen. And we are galvanizing the entire industry to interact with the rest of the world, and need your active support to make our plant protein clusters a reality. And we have got the initial interest from the investors already, and with your support, we will take it off very soon, and all the 12 plant protein clusters. Of course, the first one will be Bhiwadi, where we have started looking out for the land as well. So, uh, and thank you for your support. For whatever we do, you're always there to support us. Thank you very much. And now I request Vaibhav Dwivedi to kindly come in. Vaibhav is also on our board in Plant-Based Food Initiatives Private Limited, which is the for-profit organization which supports PBFIA. There are many things that PBFIA cannot do because of its non-profit nature, but we have a support organization which is PBF Initiatives Private Limited, um, where Vaibhav is my colleague director on that, and he's also the promoter of Urban Tiller, which is a leaf-based protein startup, which is about to launch its business from Singapore and in India very soon. Very happy to see you, Vaibhav, and now the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sanjay, and good morning, everyone, and very early morning to Jasmine, to you as well. As Sanjay said, I'm the co-founder of Urban Tiller. We are a leaf protein company. Our specific focus is on this wonder enzyme called Rubisco, which is present in all kinds of leaves. Not only it's a super enzyme, it is also super protein as well, which has all essential amino acids. It has great functional properties like foaming, emulsifying, those properties it exhibits. And the reason why we decided to focus on Rubisco is because it's a fantastic additive, protein additive for various kinds of plant-based foods, specifically like plant-based milk. It's also a fantastic replacement for egg white for bakery products. So therefore, we realize that there's a huge potential in bringing the goodness of Rubisco to plant-based foods industry overall. We've been from a stage perspective, we are currently at a product validation stage, which essentially means we are working with the plant-based products companies to conduct trials. Our vision is to be a B2B ingredient provider, and we'll work with companies. So that's what we do at Urban Tiller. A huge thanks to Sanjay, you as well as the entire PBFI team for inviting me to the session and giving me this opportunity to hear such esteemed guests as well as thinkers of the industry itself. Um, Sanjay obviously started off, laid down the ground, and Jasmine, you've built it up as well. I'm a hopeless optimistic, so I'll tell you my entire view on it. I look at this as a complete David versus Goliath kind of story. And in no David versus Goliath story, David can expect to be to not get a few punches themselves or himself rather. Uh, so I would say the industry is still very nascent. Plant-based milk has been older, has been around for quite some time, and therefore we would see that reflects in the adoption, higher adoption of plant-based milk, and I would say more standardization of the product. Plant-based meat alternatives are relatively new, and therefore it's definitely not something. It's not definitely not a very advanced industry. The product formulations are still improving. We see that in the kind of products that get launched, some of the products are not of that great quality. Hopefully, everyone who's part of the industry learns from those products and refines the products further. But I would say all of that is part and parcel of a new category being built. I mean, I'm sure all of you can remember electric cars, which didn't run for more than 10, 20, 50 miles, but were still launched as a product, right? Those are all part of the evolution of the industry itself. One thing that I feel does kind of pull us back is that there is lack of general consensus of the big impact that that the animal agriculture has on the climate, and therefore there is a lot more funding that goes into electric vehicles as well as clean energy. So that acknowledgement from the governments, which is slowly coming, and it's definitely moving in the right direction, but because we are competing with things like electric cars and clean energy, and therefore the funding is not as much as where it should be from a space perspective. Extremely happy, Jasmine, to hear from you that the ProVeg team was able to influence some of the government bodies or government representatives in the Dutch market, because I think that's a fantastic initiative. New beginnings, and the other countries will follow soon. The bans that we are seeing, uh, the 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 places where the dairy industry has been able to influence lobby politicians, that's also an indication that the plant-based milk industry has become big enough. For about 20 years, soy milk has been around, but the entire industry did not feel threatened enough for them to come out and lobby against using the term milk. So I would say it's a fantastic positive sign for the overall industry that's starting to make an impact. It is big enough for the companies to take notice and lobby against it. These are big organizations that we're going against, so it's not going to be simple. Last bit I would add is, or a couple of last points is, we have seen some of the startups close down recently, even the ones who are funded relatively. But look, I mean, as an entrepreneur, we all sign up for low success rates. The reality is 85 to 90% startups do fail, and those rates are expected to be higher in nascent industry. So it is part and parcel of what we have signed up for. What would happen, I hope, in future is that these closing down of the startups or the products that have not worked are essentially leading to other organizations learning and moving forward and creating better products and better offerings for the market themselves. So it's a fantastic, I would say the closing of it is not a great sign, but all of it is part of the learning curve. The ecosystem that we are building across, the way we are supporting each other as an industry, I think it's very, very important. And I'm glad to hear that at the topmost level, the bodies are talking about, if the dairy industry can come together, and why can't we? Because the reality is, a lot of times we would not have the money that is required, and therefore that supportive ecosystem is really, really important. I'll just take a small example to showcase how it lands up or how it helps in a day-to-day manner. At Urban Tiller, for our leaf protein Rubisco Gold, which is the Rubisco isolate, we were contemplating to work on a protein water product, essentially using our Rubisco isolate, because it's completely soluble in water, and create a protein water, a 200 ml water. And we had reached out to some of the food formulators, because that's not a expertise that we have in-house. and there was a certain budgetary requirement that was there. Given the current environment, we did not feel that was the best use of our fund. So we were very skeptical to move forward. But you know what? All it took was just reaching out to some of the other operators, some of the other companies in the market, even companies who are in bottled water. And I'm very happy to say there are three companies who are more than happy to work on the formulation with us and collaborate with us and create that product. So it's not, we won't be spending any money. Those companies are going to trial a new ingredient and hopefully bring a new product to the market, which will replace whey protein, which is the key ingredient in protein water across the markets that are there. But at the same time, it is possible only because the companies are ready to come together and work as partners and not as competitors. So the ecosystem is really, really important. I hope the public funding or the public support, government support for the entire industry improves as we move forward. And we are showing more results for the government to take notice. But as it happens, it's extremely important for us to come together on platforms like this, to be part of PBFI and similar bodies, and put our ask forward, and also at the same time be very open to supporting other members in the space itself. That's probably those were my thoughts. Again, extremely happy at this opportunity to be able to speak to everyone and listen to everyone. For anyone who wants to find out more about Urban Tiller, I'm part of the LinkedIn communication that's there about the event. Please feel free to reach out, and we'll be happy to collaborate and learn more from your experience as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vaibhav, and congratulations for the great success that you are having. And
Thank you, Sanjay.
our next speaker is Arohi Surya from Dancing Cow. Arohi, Arohi is there on the channel? Yes, Arohi.
Yes, I'm here.
Arohi was recently in the news for not winning the PBFIA award, uh, an award which was not given to her, and we were under tremendous pressure from the industry later that how come the amazing milk of Dancing Cow did not win the award. And we had nowhere to hide, and our jury members were asked, "Have you not heard about Dancing Cow?" They had to admit that yes, they had heard about Dancing Cow and they had tasted, but they did not know that Dancing Cow has become so much popular. So congratulations to you, Arohi, for your success, and wishing you good luck for the next year. And I'm sure that you will reach greater heights. And we are very proud of young entrepreneurs like you. And PBFI is very proud of you as a member. And over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay ji, for such an amazing introduction. So, for those of you who don't know what Dancing Cow is, I'll give you a very brief introduction about us. Dancing Cow is creating a next generation of plant-based, low-calorie, high-protein beverages, which are better tasting and more nutrition, and of course, good for the planet. So
Milk.
currently,
You are talking about milk, right?
yes, of course.
Of course. So, on this channel, you can call milk. Okay. Yes, feel free.
Absolutely. So we are all about oat milk, and this is the initial product line we have. We've recently also reintroduced Oatish chocolate oat milk, which is a second variant in our product line, and it's our first product was Oatish extra creamy, which was the plain oat milk with millets and mung beans. And so I would say that before we had launched our brand, we were analyzing the market, Indian market, and we saw major three gaps in the market. Basically, the first one being that back in 2021, the milks that were currently available back then were very chemical tasting, and now they had a very watery consistency, and it was making it challenging to for people to find options and switch to plant based milk. So this is one of the things that we found in the Indian market. And secondly, we also saw that even the milk that were there, they did not have that sustainability angle to it, because 70% of the brands that we tested, they had probably the plastic packaging, and they used other unsustainable materials that uh, generally people who are following a plant-based diet, they don't resonate with such thinking of that the brands were portraying. And thirdly, we also saw that the lot of health conscious people who switch to plant-based diet are majorly health conscious, and they want to make some changes to their diets. And we saw that a lot of plant-based milk back then, they literally had like 1% of almonds, or like less than 5% of the key ingredient that the milk was about. For example, if the milk is about almond milk, if the milk is almond milk, then the almond would be like 1.5% of the entire composition. And people are not fools, like people know this. And generally, like plant-based followers or people who follow this diet are more conscious about what they're putting in on in their plates. So we wanted to cater to these gaps, and that's when we started doing R&D 2 years back. And hopefully this year we have finally launched our D2C product. So to summarize, I would say that consumer in India, I can talk about India because we have we have launched the product in India, and we see that the average consumer in India, they are all about three things when they are making decisions about their plant-based product. Uh, which is sustainability, taste, and health. For like a product that all like it comprises of all these things will be the winner, no matter how if it touches the sustainability, taste, and health. So I would say a product should be a combination of, if it is good tasting but it is not good in good for your diet, or it's like low in some certain elements, then people would discard it. So at the same time, like an average consumer, the product, if we taste is it's good in texture, taste, everything is good about it, including the health benefits, but it's not sustainable. They are doing plastic packaging, or it's in a different unsustainable sort of a pack, then they would of course discard it. So in order to be successful, we found that the product needs to be a sustainable, b tasty, and obviously it should be healthy. And yes, coming from talking about the Navratri as a specific campaign, I would say, like, we celebrate Navratri with mostly plant-based tradition. We can draw very important lessons to the future. Like, for example, the world is increasingly recognizing the significance of plant-based diets, in addressing environmental sustainability, health, and of course the compassion. So I personally believe by embracing plant-based diet or plant-based foods, not just during Navratri but throughout the year, we can contribute to a more harmonious, healthier, and compassionate world. So I would say, in conclusion, Navratri's tradition of plant-based eating should remind every one of us importance of nurturing and spiritual well-being as well. Where we show kindness to all living beings. We align ourselves with the natural world, and we should use this celebration as an opportunity to reflect on these values and carry them forward into our lives, making this world a better place for generations to come. And lastly, I would like to thank Sanjay ji for inviting me to this webinar, and it's great to hear from the pioneers of this industry, and to know their thoughts and direction where they're headed. And I'm really sorry for my voice because I am suffering from cold. I can't even hear my own voice because my both of my ears are blocked right now. So probably I'm shouting, but my intention is not to.
Thank you. You did well, and get well soon. Everything about you is very, very special. Your name is special, Arohi Surya. Your company name is special, Dancing Cow. Wow. So, I mean, it's such a musical name. So one feels like dancing when we hear this name. So fantastic, fantastic. Everything is good. We have um, uh, you're speaking from Dubai right now, Arohi, or you're in India?
No, I'm in India.
You're in India. Okay. I thought if you're in Dubai, hopefully you will join the COP28. Provage is going to be there, and we are talking to them if we can at least do a maybe a kind of a dinner meeting together, or a short uh, interaction together. We have started this discussion. Hopefully there will be something during the COP28 being in Dubai, so close to home. And we have our partner now from TASO. TASO is an organization. It's a new organization, but run by an experienced event management professional, that is Mr. Suvir Singh, and he was part of the amazing and world famous global team right from the beginning, and he has done great by organizing events internationally as well as nationally. Recently, we had the great experience of being in Tanzania. Indra had joined me in attending that event in person, and what a fantastic event it was. And it was a very, very successful attempt in bringing the focus on not just the plant-based foods, but the whole of the commodities, agricultural commodities sector. And now they have an event coming up, agri-food event coming up on 8, 9, 10 of January in Mahabalipuram. And going by the past experience, I have no doubt that it is going to be a dhamal again, a massive success. And we are trying to focus on plant-based foods in one of the sessions there. And over to you, Suvir, if you could let us know as to what do you have in store for our members.
Is I'm audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, this is Subir. Actually, we are doing these shows from last 20 years. I was heading West India from Franchise India Holdings Limited. So from there, 2003, I'm into these events. And then 10 years back, I was joined Teflas. So we are doing agri-food shows. And onwards, 2019, we started this company called Tesso International. We are doing agri-food events globally, and we have expertise in Asia, and now we have started things in Africa. We did show in Tanzania in last 2 months back in August. So basically, this total gamut of agri-food industry we are in touch, and we are doing international shows where around thousands of people are coming from the global, and it's totally about trade show, agri-food trade show, trade industries there basically, where we will incorporate plant-based food also with association with Sanjay sir. And our we have did our first show in 2020 at Jaipur, Indo Agri Food Show. And then due to Corona, we haven't do for 2 years. And then 2023, we did in Tanzania, Afro World Agri Food. And now our upcoming show is there in Mahabalipuram near Chennai. That is also an international show which will be happening there. And why we are choosing this Mahabalipuram? First, this is a big tourist place. Second, in South, as per se, agri-food, such shows are not happening. So we have taken this initiative. And third thing that India's biggest market of pulses is Chennai. Around 10 lakh tons per year, metric tons per year, they are importing and consuming pulses. So those are the reason where we have decided to put our show there, and marketing and everything is going on. International people will be also join us. This will be one of the largest show of India in agri-food industry of trade, and there is 3 days conference, exhibition, and industry award will be there. Central Ministry from Piyush Goyal, they are supposed to join us. We are in touch with them, and major industry leaders of India and Asia will be joining it as a speaker, as a sponsor, and partner of the show. And it will be a big gathering, around 1,000 delegate we are expecting. There is big exhibition is also where visitors are free, and there is around 100 stalls will be there, right? So Sanjay sir has long term association with us. He's a mentor, he's a brother, so he always guide us, advise us what to do in this particular industry. Uh, from Dubai itself, because we did a lot of shows in Dubai, Sri Lanka, Nepal, now Bangkok, now in Mahabalipuram, Jaipur, Delhi, a lot many shows, Bombay, we did. So we have a long association with him, and now this plant-based food is also part of the show. So you people have to advise us, suggest us, and how we will take it forward, how we can help each other. That you have to let us know.
Yeah. So you had joined a little late, so we were talking about
I'm
that.
really sorry because
This is
I'm
a
cutting short. Today is Ashtami. So we have a Kanya Bhojan and Pujan today. Ashtami Navaratri. So I'm really sorry for that.
so we are celebrating Navratri with you,
Yes.
and this is the Navratri campaign. And you had joined a little late, and we were talking about how the investment in plant-based food industry has slowed down. And most of our members are the bootstrap companies, and we are very proud of that. So a lot of people say, why don't you start with the multinational companies? And we have kept them out very consciously, deliberately, because we don't want this sector to be crowded and dominated by the multinational companies. They are waiting to jump in, and we are keeping them out. We will open the door for them, but slowly, slowly. Um, and we have started with the bootstrap companies, and they need the support. They are the innovators. They are doing an amazing work. But what they cannot do is that attend so many exhibitions in 1 year, because they have very limited funds. And Chennai is a market which I'm sure they would also like to access, and they would also like to meet various pulses, soybean, and other suppliers, because they consume these kind of raw materials which are coming from those. So it will be a good event to start with, and we encourage them to go and participate, but kindly make it easier for the small players, so that they don't have to shell out huge money. Because I know that you have members who come and give you a huge amount of dollars, and they have deeper pockets, and they are multinational trading houses. So our members are different, and very soon they will rise also. So kindly come out with a package which is easy on the pocket. So in that spirit, now I request one of our another guest, that is uh, Aprajita Ashish. She is the head of ACH, our partner organization, very active. Aprajita, you are there? Yes, Aprajita, floor is yours.
Aprajita, we aren't able to hear you if you're saying something.
I suggest you like log in once again, Aprajita.
Okay, so some technical issues at the end of Aprajita. So uh, I want to now call Ubuntu, the CEO of Ubuntu, Abhinav.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hi, Abhinav.
Am I audible then?
Yes, yes, yes.
Nice.
Abhinav, you are becoming younger by the day. Huh?
Definitely. Plant-based diet and living a purpose does that.
Very good, very good. So Abhinav is one of our initial supporters. He did not become the member. Those are the initial days, but very happy to keep you on our circuit, Abhinav. And I hope that Ubuntu is doing well. And now the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Sanjay ji. So, first of all, such a great way to celebrate Navaratri with all of you. Thank you so much for making this Ashtami special with talking about really kindness, because these festivals are in the core of this festival is kindness, but somewhere people have forgotten what is it all about. But we are here to remind ourselves that it's about kindness, unity. So I represent Ubuntu, which is actually how we started, and how we are functioning is a little different now. So we started in 2019 as a plant-based cafe in Kolkata. Yes, Kolkata, which is a scary place for even vegetarians, forget about vegans. But that was the motivation, because if nobody is trying, then somebody has to start, so that we can pave a path for others in coming future, because everybody will be stuck then. So 2019 we started our cafe, and from day one we have been our target has been non-vegetarians, meat eaters, because those are the ones who need to change, right? So our menu, I think I have visited to most of the cafes in India. I think we stand out in our menu, because the moment you get our menu in our hand, you may not like to read it, because it starts with chicken, fish, mutton, prawn. The whole menu is all about non-vegetarian dishes, because we want non-vegan to love our menu, because if they love our menu, they would end up ordering, and they would end up eating, and that's where animals are saved, and the planet is better. So our my partner Shreya, who is a Bengali herself, she is the head chef, so she has designed the menu like how a Bengali would like to eat. So we are very popular. We have been covered by most popular bloggers in the city for our mutton biryani, like the goat meat biryani and the mutton curry, fish fry. That's what we are popular for. So we are very proud of that, because from last 3 years, I think we may have saved 10,000 chicken, 20,000 fishes, and so on. So that's what the real numbers I have to show. I am proud of. But yeah, it's been a struggling journey, because cafe in understanding cafe model, cafes or restaurants are usually not like the last or no more in the list of investment, priorities. Nobody wants to invest them in them, because they are pretty heavy in the input of the money, but output is very low because of several factors. But yet we started. We are four friends. We all are the same age, around 30, 35. And we went through COVID. We had to shut down our first cafe, and we restarted another one, a smaller one. But we are not here, we are not going to stop, because we are here to bring change in the system, in the world. So the stopping is not the option. We will pave the path, whatever is requirement of the current time. So right now the cafe is there. It's a small seater, 15-seater cafe, which is because of Navaratri, because we are Navaratri. So because Navaratri, Kolkata becomes like, I think the population of Kolkata becomes triple or four times. So right now, I think around 100 million plus people are in the city, visiting this city for the reason Navratri, because it's the Durga Puja time, and people are hungry. So our cafe has been like filled. Like this is the time where cafe is like filled with non-vegans, and obviously they come here to eat food, but they end up eating the food which they never expected, but they like the food. So the reviews have been great. So we are on fire for these 7 days because of the event and all the factors. um, But as I said, that the model has improvised in the way, because in last 3 years I realized that what is the biggest problem, for one of the biggest, okay, not all, not the biggest, is that the TAM is very small, which is that total addressable market. So which is a very important factor for these businesses, that people don't want to pick up these products. Like if you keep it in the shelf, also you produce a good product and you keep it in the shelf, people don't want to pick up, because they don't think why it's required. So currently, like I can say in a way that we are solving a problem, people don't know that that is a problem, right? So when they don't know what is the problem, you keep solving it, but people will not take your solution because they don't think it's a problem. So in my experience, I saw that a lot. So we have evolved the model into ABC model. So right now Ubuntu is becoming a global community model, where we have ABC. A stands for awareness, because we feel that right awareness is very important, because there is so much misinformation about veganism, non-veganism, that right awareness is important. So we have several programs, online programs, where we train people. We take them through a lot of programs where we give them a knowledge about this. There's a very like promising program called Veganers Academy, which, because see, there are a lot of activists working for, like I think the entrepreneurs are also activists. The only way they are working is through bringing solutions and products, but there are very less organizations working for the activists. Like activists are working for animals and planet, but working for activists is something very less, and they need support. They need constant motivation, training, skills, and a community. So Veganers Academy is an online academy. So Veganers, okay, this is a something exciting. So Veganers is something which is like a reshuffling of Avengers. If you know Avengers, which is the real superheroes on the planet, you just reshuffle the word, it becomes Veganers. Okay. So Avengers definition is fictional superheroes on the planet Earth. Veganers are real superheroes on planet Earth. So it's the difference between real and fiction. And so we train these people. So we have Claire Munn from Australia, vegan psychologist. We have Dr. Shailesh Rao. We have Jamie Logan from Genvi. These people are trainers in this academy who train people how to speak, how to represent this movement. So these are the one of the programs, but there are many other programs. This is A. So B is about buying power. So what we are doing right now, we are having a lot of city-based community potlucks. So like we are right now in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Kolkata, and Bangalore. So 6 cities, and we started Bangkok also last month. So we did a Bangkok event also. So we are doing multiple city potlucks events. So these potlucks are not regular potlucks. These potlucks have meanings, purpose, and a lot of leaders leading it. So it's not just okay, let's go together, get food, eat food, and then go back. Because then their potluck is not a new concept, but potluck with a clear purpose is something which is missing. So these potlucks have the clear purpose. So in this, the B is a called buying power. So buying power is basically we aware people that you have power to change the system by not by waiting for the next government election, but every time what you buy. When you purchase a product which is good for future, you are already voting in the great future. But when you are choosing the product which is not good for future, you are already voting for a bad future. Similarly, there are a lot of peoples like people like in this group who are producing those products. So we bring them. So like this event, Delhi, we have a cafe called Fuyo, FIO, something like Fuyo, who is a vegan new cafe. They are coming on board, and we are doing a collaboration with them. So we do these collaboration with brands in these potlucks. We give them the first customers, and all the collaboration is there. And the C is called community, because see, the humans are social animal. Humans have been doing wrong things just to be social. You know why most people start smoking cigarette? Not because they like the taste of cigarette, but because they want to connect to some community, maybe some friend circle, some office circle, some circle. We start doing bad habits because to be part of a community. Right now, vegan is a stage where if you become vegan, you go out of community, right? There's a joke, right, that I became vegan and now I lost friends, right? I did not lose any weight, but I lost my friends. Now just understand about this, that people are not going to do the right thing if they are going to get out of the community. Social, the hunger is one of the most priority for animals like humans. But currently the veganism is becoming like a lonely journey. You become vegan, your family will not understand, your friends will not understand, you need to find new community, almost new family members. So in this, the C is the angle community. We are bringing people together making them feel like that they have a family who understand them and who connect to them. So that is what Ubuntu is doing. And the last part, which I want to put, because that is something which is a game changer in our Veganess Academy, is that the approach to the problem currently has been, like we also discussed, that we are trying to make non-vegan go vegan, right? That's what we are trying to do. So, but I feel that the approach of that the world is divided between vegan and non-vegan is actually problem, because then this is a language of division, right? That there's a vegan and there's a non. So you already have said that you are non me, and for them I'm non them. So it's going to be more difficult for them to join. But how about if we change the language? And I think pro-veg is doing that, something like that only, if I connect to that. So what the new language what we have used is that people by default, almost everybody, they are pre-vegan. What is pre-vegan is somebody who doesn't know about veganism, but they are by default kind. Like people are in general they are kind, but their definition of kindness is limited to maybe to their family member, to the only pet they have, or to some certain species. But if veganism is about kindness, everybody almost is a pre-vegan. The moment they get to know about veganism, they become pro-vegan. Okay, a pro-vegan is a person who likes idea about veganism because it's a good for environment, good for them, good for animals. And that's the stage which I think all these brands and activism is trying to fill. How can we make people pre-vegan to pro-vegan, not from pre-vegan to anti-vegan, because that is also happening. So making pre to pro is the most important step. From pro-vegan, people go vegan. Okay, then they become more conscious about lifestyle. But that's also not the last stage. From vegan, they become activist vegan. That's the second. There's a fourth stage. From activist vegan, they become vegan entrepreneur. There's a fifth stage, and the sixth stage is the last stage. Is they become vegan influencer, people who can inspire mass. For example, Virat Kohli or something like that, who has millions of followers. One post they do, and millions of people can follow. So these are stages which we are right now. So vegan non-vegan is no more a language we use in our organization. We use, are you pre-vegan, a pro-vegan, vegan, vegan activist, vegan entrepreneur, vegan influencer. So that's what we are using, and that is helping a lot. A lot of people are able to get with this idea. They're able to feel much more peace and comfort in their approach, because now you're not meeting somebody who's non-you. You're meeting somebody who's just one or two steps ahead or behind. So that is the approach we are using. And once again, thank you for the opportunity. I would love to have much such more opportunity more. But thank you so much, Sanjay ji. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav. I like your energy. This is the advantage of bringing activists. So it is like just like introducing one rabbit in a group. So the infectious energy of a rabbit is goes into everybody, whosoever is there in the room. So very happy to meet you after a gap, and I like that your words. Stopping is not the option. Very good. Don't stop yourself. Become PBFIA member. You are doing well now, and do not delay it. Tomorrow morning, become a member. Navaratri से शुभारंभ. नवरात्रि में किया हुआ काम बहुत आगे जो है ना पहुंचता है. And with this, I now invite one of my most favorite members, PBFI member, uh, Aprajita Ashish, and she is from ACH, our partner, as well as PBFI member. And what a great effort she puts in. Whatever she does, she just puts her heart and soul into it. Prajita, um, your picture is not very clear. Maybe you are not in a very good bandwidth area, but you can start speaking and we'll tell you if it is becoming difficult, then we'll request you to switch off your video. But for the moment, kindly start speaking. You're on the mute. Are you on the mute? No,
No, sir.
you're not on the mute. So you again, please now join from your phone. And in the meantime, I would like to invite Arvind. Arvind from Vijay Sweets. Arvind.
Hi everybody, can you guys hear me?
I can't see you, Arvind.
Second.
Please switch on your video.
Yeah, I pressed like every button and it's not just happening.
Okay, maybe you can try. In the meantime, let me go to the next speaker. It is okay. You can you know adjust to that. There's no problem.
Yeah, I'll go out and come in again.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. And now I invite our next speaker. Um, we have a PBFIA member. Nikhil Bahal, has he joined? Karthik from
No, sir.
Continental Greenbird, Gurpreet. Is Gurpreet there?
Hello, are you getting my voice?
Yes, but I can't see your picture. Before you start speaking, Gurpreet, can you switch on your video?
Just I'm trying it too. 1 minute.
In the meantime, can I invite Bhavna Kapoor from HealthNut? Bhavna? Bhavna, can you unmute yourself? You're on the mute.
Yeah. Hi, very good morning to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been a huge learning curve for me this morning. And because I'm not from the industry side, I'm more on the nutrition side. So it's been very
You're
refreshing.
part of the industry, as long
Yes,
as
I should.
you don't go near meat and dairy.
Yes. Yes, in a very different sort of way, though, because one is not that much in touch with people who are actually making these changes at the industry level and in the product scene and things like that. I'd like to start with just sharing a little bit about myself. I actually went vegan about 11 years ago, and I came in from the health angle. I myself had quite a lot of health issues which I was suffering from since childhood, like sinus, chronic acidity, indigestion, very low immunity, and things like that. And I actually experienced the healing power of plant-based foods at that time, and that's kind of what really motivated me to switch my careers. I used to be a screenwriter back then in Mumbai, and I went ahead and I studied nutrition and became a health coach. And of course, along the process, I also learned about the animal cruelty aspect and the environment aspect of this lifestyle, and that kind of really motivated me, and it really made it very clear to me that this is the right way forward for everybody, including myself, as well as the planet, the animals, and everything. And the question at that point was that it took me so long to find out about this and get better. Why is that so? Like, why is all this information not really readily available to people? And why are so many people suffering with so many health issues? And also, animals are suffering as a result. The environment is suffering as well. So that was the motivation, and it was really like a one person at a time sort of an approach. And back then, it was very difficult to be vegan. It was difficult to socialize as a vegan. Most restaurants didn't know, the chefs didn't know what the word vegan is. So vegan food was not available so easily outside. And what I've seen in the last all these years is that progressively, I think as a result of so many of us making that effort, and especially in the product industry and the it's been getting so much easier. It's not so much a lonely journey anymore. So I'm really, really grateful for that, because that also helps people who come to me, and people who want to coach with me. It makes their life easier as well, because I can give them options. I can tell them that, okay, you can go to this restaurant, or if you've been used to eating meat or something, these are the so many options in front of you. So it's really not so difficult to adopt plant-based in your life anymore, and heal yourself, and in the process also benefit everything around you. So I think one of the two things that I really want to talk about is that the need for more cleaner plant-based products. So like having plant-based products and having vegan products itself is a great thing. And at the same time, I feel that the move really should be towards much cleaner plant-based products with less chemicals, with less like as fresh and as close to nature as possible in their whole foods form as well. Because I feel like that is actually like step number one is actually a person going vegan. So maybe moving from a non-vegan lifestyle to um, vegan alternatives to whatever they have been used to. And the step to go after that is to go for a cleaner uh, to go for cleaner products which are more close to nature, because that is what will eventually will help them more, and help the environment more as well, and also the animals also more, because that chemical that one is ingesting is again going back into the environment. The plastic that is used is again going back into the landfills. So it's a cycle, and but I do understand that it's a step by step process. And I really liked what Abhinav shared about pre-vegan and pro-vegan, and that's kind of like the approach I also um adopt in my coaching practice. That I actually don't ask them to go, like I also don't expect them to go fully vegan, because I do understand that a lot of people cannot go fully vegan. They cannot go 100% dietary vegan or in other things also. But if they even go 80% or 90% and they're imperfectly vegan, that is possible for a whole lot of more people to do. So I do in my community, sometimes I do give them even these challenges that, okay, let's just do this for like 1 week or like 2 weeks or 1 month, like just go off this and see how your body feels about it, how you feel by doing something like that. And even if they've done it for a few days, for a week, or for that much time, they have actually not had used animal foods at that time, and that itself has helped save quite a few animals and help the movement. So I feel that this actually makes it a lot more inclusive and lot less intimidating for a whole lot of people as well. So I think most of the people who coach with me come to my retreats, do my programs. Like I think maybe there'll be 1% of them who might go like fully vegan. And of course, that's their own life journey, because I show and share the same thing with everybody. But going 100% calls out to just that one person. But many of them actually go 80-90%. And I feel like that's great, because that's the best they're able to do at this point, and maybe they will go forward on their own in the future. But going 80-90% vegan, even 50-60% vegan, cutting down on even 50% of their meat intake or their dairy intake while they're at home. So a lot of flexitarian sort of an approach, as we call it, that some of them will be vegan at home, but when they go out, they won't be. That's what is comfortable for them. So different approaches, different people take on. And I find that this makes everyone very inclusive, and nobody is called out for like having an animal product or not being fully vegan or anything like that. It also feels like a very compassionate way and a compassionate approach. And I think it really works in at least my field. Of course, I feel that I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom of this rung because I am really in the say in the business of creating awareness, helping them make change through creating the awareness. So if they don't know why they're doing what they're doing, then that change won't stick for long as well. So I feel that we all are actually working together in different ways to support one another. And I'm really, really thankful to all the restaurants that have come up, all the products that are easily available, and also the community that is getting created. And honestly, if I didn't have that community back then when I turned vegan, I don't think I would be vegans and sitting here at this point. So I do feel that the growing of the community is also super, super important. And at this point, I'm really, really very focused on growing an online community as well as an offline community so that people don't feel alone in what they're doing. Uh, and rather they find a purpose in it, they find an enjoyment in it, and they feel that they're doing something really, really wonderful. And even though it may be a little bit difficult, but they still would want to do it. So that's what I wanted to share. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay, so first of all, Bhavna, I really admire your work as well as the positive message that you are giving. I also request you to kindly understand that everybody does not agree with you because there are people who are driven by not logic but by taste. Okay, and they will not listen to you. They will go and have their meat. So at this moment, I would like to bring in Abhinav once again. Abhinav, your thoughts are totally opposite of Bhavna's thought, right? So she's doing the hard work of converting uh, non-vegetarians into vegans, not even vegetarians, vegans. So भगवान के नाम पर अपने हेल्थ का ध्यान रखो और vegan बन जाओ. For God's sake, take care of your health and be whole food. That too whole food, vegan. It will do wonders to your health. Of course, she is 100% right. But do you think she will succeed, Abhinav?
So I think there is no comparison of what and what everybody is doing. So there is a
So
very beautiful.
no. There's a question, Abhinav.
Yeah.
Very
What is the question?
simple question. You don't have to be diplomatic. It's all
No.
family. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you think she will succeed in converting non-vegetarians into vegetarians by pleading or by appealing to their logic?
I mean, I think she can, because if it is her skill
So
and passion combined with her
Bhavna,
approach.
Bhavna, the consumption is 5 kilogram per capita. Meat consumption in India is going to rise. It will become 6 and 7 and then 8. And then you'll pull your hair. What have I done? I had the opportunity of making amazing products to convert them. If you were a vegetarian and who would have said that, no, I'm not making people vegan, I'm giving good food to vegetarians, you'll be happy because that's what you are doing. You're giving a good food. But if you want to, the thing is, you want to convert non-vegetarians into vegetarians or vegans, it's not going to happen. You will get frustrated. They will not listen to you. They will listen to the taste. Moment they will see chicken and something will go in their mind and they'll go and eat it. But if at that time Abhinav is standing and he has an amazing, sumptuous and listening to you, he makes his food more healthier and more nutritious, but yet mimicking the taste. So Abhinav, what is your ingredient right now?
So we use all the plant-based meat, good dot, blue
What
tribe.
is your ingredient? What is that you have?
Like all
You
in the food, right?
you you make it from which plant? Your
No,
meat.
so all we use all the meats from the brands. So we have a good dot for certain
But
recipes.
but
We have
still you must be knowing products are selling.
yeah, it's soya, quinoa, pea protein. Yes,
Okay.
all these.
Okay. So the fact is that Vamna, when he is saying soy has got 9 amino acids. So
Right.
by extracting soy from the grain, we are not reducing the quality of grain.
Right.
The protein is real. It is just that we are throwing away some vitamins and minerals, but we are only extracting protein. And then there is an opportunity to bring back those vitamins and those proteins and those minerals in the food. But
So it's
by this time, we will be able to change the taste. So you're welcome to, join us as a member, and this conversation can continue. I want to ask Aprajita, is your video now uh, fixed?
Yeah, am I audible now? I think I should be because I
Yes.
joined from my phone.
Okay, good, good. So
Okay.
you took
There's
the advice.
I think there's network issue. I'm so sorry. So thank you so much. Yeah, it's really great to see everybody over here. It's really meaningful that
On the phone, is it possible to switch on video?
yeah, but it's going to be shaky and again.
Try, try,
Yeah.
try switch on the video.
I have to just.
Yeah, continue. We
Is
can
it
hear you. Yes, right now it's okay.
so? Yeah, it's okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Yeah, hi, Dr. Taru. I can see you. So yeah, we are Animal Climate and Health Save movement. So we are connected to Animal Save movement in Canada, which was formed in 2010, and here we started in 2018. And here we are a Section 8 non-profit organization. We have three branches: Animal Climate Health Save Foundation. In three parts we are dealing. So in Animal Save, we talk about visuals. It's completely ethical perspective. We talk about animal suffering. We try to create connection between human and animal, and we take people for the bear witnessing to the suffering of animals, to the dairy farms, and also to the slaughterhouses. We So that is one of our approach, and we also do a lot of different activities like we do documentary screening, we do vegan outreach, and also we veganize all our Indian festival. We celebrate Eid, we celebrate Diwali, and with past 1 year we are celebrating Navaratri with PBFIA, and it has been a very good experience. So we also train activists with DEI sessions, which is diversity, equity, inclusion. So we try to maintain the diversity and inclusion at the same time in our community, which we form around India, and also in our core teams, which we believe that it's really, really important, especially when we are working in India. And also, our fundamental values are aligned with Leo Tolstoy, Mahatma Gandhi, and Vivekanand. So we right now we are doing a movie screenings, especially Makadud movie, which has come out like really, really great. We are getting very good experience with that. People are turning vegan right there at the same time. And also we have a global campaign which is plant-based treaty, which is initiated by Climate Save movement. And in this campaign, we are putting food system at the forefront to combat climate crisis. So we are calling out individual groups, businesses, and politicians to endorse the plant-based treaty and negotiate the international this treaty. And also we are talking about how animal agriculture is one of the biggest cause of climate change. So with this, we came up with 3 R's, which is relinquish, redirect, and restore. So in relinquish, we are saying that stop the problem from increasing. So no land use change, including deforestation and for animal agriculture. And in redirect, we are talking about an active transition away from animal-based food to the plant-based food system. And restore is actively restoring key ecosystem, particularly restoring forest and rewilding landscapes. So this is what we are doing at this moment, and which is going on really well. And we have also showcased last year in COP27. It was there in Wikipedia. We had a whole plant-based treaty written about the plant-based treaty, what we are doing. And also this time we are going and we will be promoting that. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Aprajita. It's wonderful. You're doing an amazing work. So after watching the Maka Doodh movie, they become vegan, right?
Yeah.
The non-vegetarians.
No, it's like mixed non-vegetarian and vegetarians both, because I think
So did anyone leave meat after watching that movie?
did anyone leave wheat?
Meat.
Meat, oh, meat. Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people.
And are they now continue to not have meat?
Yes.
So when they have the craving for the meat, what do they do?
So we suggest them soy chunks. Obviously, we tell them.
No, you don't suggest, because craving happens in the night. What does he do? He opens the fridge and eats meat, orders meat, or he continues to remain vegan?
So what happens when we do the screenings? We also take the feedback. We have feedback, video feedback. We also have written feedbacks from the people who are coming. And I'm not saying everyone, but if I screen movie to 100 people, so out of 100, we will have 10 people who will say, I'm definitely going vegan right now, right?
So my request to you, that to people whom you had shown the movie 6 months back, and after that, 2 people or 5 people became vegan, leaving meat. Out of those people would have collected over a period of time 100 people. Maybe 20 would have gone back and become the meat eaters again. But those who are still vegan, can you please do a survey with them that why are they vegan? What happens when they have the cravings? Do they eat plant-based chicken, plant-based chunks, plant-based other products from our members, or they just eat dal roti? I'm very curious, because today we have brought lot of animal healthcare, animal activists on this channel, and it's a great conversation we are having today, because you should be happy that you have converted and they remain converted. They did not go back, right? Like what happens, we lose weight and then after 1 year, 5 years, we find that we have again regained weight. What is the use? Right? We should do something, then we are able to sustain it. Correct? And when we don't sustain, we become frustrated. So no one should become frustrated. We should know that when there will be a taste issue, all the logic will fall flat. Right? Because all the big nutritionists, they go and eat Maggi noodles. All the big nutritionists, they go and eat Golgappa, Pani Puri. They eat all the other things because they eat rasgulla, they eat other desserts. Because when they look at taste, if the plant-based product is not ready, like in cheese, Jasmine was saying that so much of difficulty we are able to now make some cheeses which are mimicking, but we don't have a big success. We don't have a parmesan equivalent, plant-based parmesan. We don't have it. So So that's the journey that we are going. If you take them to another journey where they lose 1 kilogram today and add to a 2 kilogram weight next year, is of no use. Please do this survey and share it with us and tell us that how they are remaining non-meat eaters without eating plant-based meats which are equivalent to taste of meat. So that's the thought I would like to leave with you. And I would like to now go to the yes, yes, yes.
Just one
Rajita.
thing I
Yeah,
wanted to
please.
say, that see, we are screening movies in all kind of places. Also the places where people have not even heard about plant-based meat, that they really exist. So we, our main aim is to make them realize that the food which they are eating is already vegan, but they just have to exclude certain things. And also our main aim is to make them realize that these things are affordable, accessible, and cheap. So,
Prajita, you are doing a wonderful job of creating awareness. First of all, relax. You don't. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying you are doing the wonderful job of the first step, which is inform them. You're creating awareness. But the next job is to also tell them that this is the company which has the plant-based meat, and that product you should taste first. If it is not exactly that you are looking for, then you should not recommend. And third is, then we should find out whether they're eating this product. If they're eating this product, sales of those companies are going up. That means somebody is eating it, right? And once they stay on such kind of a diet for some time, and the nutritionists don't tell them, though you are always eating plant-based nuggets, it is fried, it is bad for health because it is fried. You cannot eat fried food all day, right? You can once in a while munch at the time of maybe evening snack or something like that. Most of the time you want your normal dal roti, correct? So we must have a normal staple plant-based meat which is replacing their normal staple chicken. That is the journey that this industry is taking. For example, Good Dot came out with a dhaba curry, basically to replace chicken curry, right? So Evo Foods has plant-based egg. Wesley has plant-based egg. They replace burji. So that's the thought. So first step is you're doing fantastic. Now please help us to do the second and third. And that is once they will stay on this diet, which is healthy and also exactly tasting like meat, then that behavior will be permanent, and then they will be probably, if not permanently, at least whenever they will see plant-based meat, they would eat it. They would not go towards meat, or they would not crib. If their meat was not there on plant-based meat was substituted, they would sort of go with that flow. And slowly that change is coming. Marzi Parak. Marzi, it's my first interaction with you. Marzi, you're there on the channel? Marzi Parak is from Mumbai. You're on the mute. Marzi, are you there? No. Dr. Taru, you want to make a comment? You want to make a very brief comment? You are not our listed speaker, but you are welcome. You want to say something?
Uh, Good morning, all. Thank you for the opportunity and on this Navaratri, speaking about this plant-based, switch to plant-based and good concept, and I'm privileged to meet you all. I also part of the Animal Save India Foundation, Aparajita Madam. I first know about this activities from that I volunteered in some Banta Dood cleaning, and
Thank you.
I now slowly shifting and doing my best.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So is Arvindan back? Arvindan from Vijay Sweets?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. So Arvindan, first of all, I've got two questions. Should I call
Yeah.
you Arvind or Arvindan?
Whichever is comfortable for you. I'll turn back whichever names you call.
Okay. Okay, second, where is my plant-based Mysore pak?
Uh,
I'm
coming
waiting.
soon. Coming
I'm
soon.
I'm waiting. So I think I will have to go to Coimbatore only to eat your plant-based Mysore pak.
There are multiple other interesting things also in Coimbatore, but most welcome.
You always say that, but I always get stuck with your plant-based Mysore pak. So tell us, how did you create it?
Okay, so basically, hi everybody. My name is Arvind. Uh, I run a couple of companies. One is called Vijay Sweets, another one is called Green Rabbit. Vijay Sweets is India's first vegan sweets and snacks company. When India was contemplating to call if it is vegan or vegan, that is when we started our first sweets company. Before that, I was an activist. Did a lot of activism with my brother Abhinav here. And then after that, it's been like 6, 7 years. We catered across the country. We have around 30, 35 variants of Indian sweets. And then recently, last year, I had attended a wedding in Bangalore. A couple of my friends, they were getting married, and the hotel which catered for them, they just removed dairy from the menu and charged them 300 rupees extra because they were custom making it to vegan. That day I decided I want to enter into the catering space, and we started catering to vegan weddings. uh, Last year we catered to 18 vegan weddings, the largest being 3,800 people for a single meal. And this year, I mean, we are booked until next February 1 and 2. So the space has been growing really good, and all of that. And as far as, I mean, all the previous conversations have been going. I mean, again, it might be controversial, but I would very strongly say there is nothing called uh, 90% vegan or 80% vegan. Either you're vegan or you're non-vegan. That's all. So you either eat meat or you don't eat meat. I mean, once an activist, always an activist. That um, yes, reducing helps, but we have enough people working in that space. So kudos to them. But I forever will stand in this perspective only. Uh, and before being an entrepreneur, I was doing activism in schools. I used to reach school and college children and create awareness programs. I was very extremely successful that Tamil Nadu government issued a government order against me, which stops me from going into schools and colleges inside Tamil Nadu. Uh, the dairy and the poultry industry spent lakhs of rupees in getting this government order, because if you tell the truth, the kids will listen, the kids will understand, and they will switch or consider switching. So end of the day, it all comes down to this. And yes, I accept to the fact that having more clean label products is the key to success. But I also very strongly recommend, in end of the day, it comes down to taste. Taste is the most promising factor which will help people switch from meat to plant based. If you just ask a very normal person in the road who is eating a shawarma, asking him, if I give you the same shawarma for 70 rupees, which is made from something else, we need not even say if it is soy or quinoa or oat or anything. Just tell them, I'll give you something very similar at the same cost point. Do you want it particularly from chicken, or you're okay eating anything which tastes similar? They will just close their eyes and say, I don't care if it is coming from chicken, I don't care if it is coming from quinoa, I just want it to taste good. So for the larger mass, definitely taste is what will work. And we have seen that significantly in our catering business. Recently we did a catering in Cochin. So Cochin, being a predominantly non-vegetarian coastal area, we had catered for this person Anjali Harikumar. She's a In Instagram, she's called Be Extravagant. She's a YouTube influencer. So we catered to her wedding. So there, if you see all her relatives, only the bride and the groom were vegan. Everybody else, very hardcore non-vegetarian family. So we had used multiple mock meat variations. We had given them coffee options, tea, and all of that. So the people were aware that this is vegan, but they came with a very open mind, and they just when they tasted it, they didn't have much to argue. So, of course, they are going to be asking, is this processed? Is this have a lot of chemicals and all of that? But end of the day, a person eating, a normal chicken biryani doesn't ask all these questions. They don't go and ask the chicken if it is processed. Does it have a lot of chemicals and all of that? Yes, to start with, tasty products are required, and then when the movement progresses, when the community grows, definitely we, of course, understand we have to go with more, chemical free green label products and all of that, but to start with, to get people interested in this, to get people invested in this, I think taste is the biggest factor. And one more thing, with all this Navaratri thing happening, if you ask somebody to try something vegan, they will not even know where to do that. Instead, just go to the nearest, any vegan vendor buy their product, spend 500 rupees, gift it to that person, tell them, hey, this is a vegan product, give it a try. The chances go sky high. Only preaching doesn't help. That is how we can build a community. And I really want all the vegan plant-based companies here to have a very strong foot, and make sure you all support small vegan businesses irrespective of whichever company you do. And in this space, we all should be collaborative instead of being competitive. If you see, with the case of sweets, we started first, but then now there are like more than 50-60 companies who manufacture vegan sweets in India, but not one person I would call as a competitor. I will be the first person to go and make their first purchase. I will be the first person to give them honest feedback, because if a person is not buying from the vegan company, he's going to buy from a non-vegan company, which is not going to help the movement. Doesn't matter where the money goes, it is again going to the community. So we should all work in this as a as a team, because all the dairy companies, all the meat industry, they all work as a team. They are so organized, and they're so working closely with each other. But then here in our community, we also need to have that type of brotherhood. They call it kinship, right? Where we should not let each other's business down, and try to grow as a team. So that is what I feel. And this is an amazing initiative by the Plant-Based Food Industries Association. Thank you, Sanjay. I've been reading mails, and I've been busy. It's a good problem to have, but today I thought I should definitely be a part of this, and saw the list of speakers, and a lot to learn from each and everybody. And I will personally reach out to a couple of people here, and try to incorporate their items in our catering catering venture, so that I can help their business at the same time, have give them honest feedback from customers. Indian catering, Indian wedding industry is a big fat industry, and I really wish a lot of people ventured into it. Recently, we have got a, a case study going on our company from Indian School of Business in association with Harvard. So they are studying our venture as a company which disrupted the dairy dominated Indian industry. So once I think the study is out, it is going to be a big boost for all Indian uh, vegan companies. So to sum up with, uh, 2040 or 2050, the world will be predominantly vegan. I do not have any doubt in that. At least 50-40% of the world will be vegan. And no doubt, India will be the leader in the vegan space in the world. And I wish all the entrepreneurs here best of luck and happy festival. And then myself, of my small bit of marketing, we supply vegan sweets throughout the country. So if you want Diwali sweets for you and your members and for your family, please reach out to me. Our website is called vijaysweets.com. You can order online, and we'll be happy to serve you all. Thank you.
Very good, Arvind, and congratulations for the Harvard study. And Mahabalipuram Indo-Agri Food and Feed event, which is from 8 to 10 January, you have to go there. You have to take up a stall. You have to put your product there. A lot of wealthy people are coming. You will transform your business on that day. So because you're already based in Tamil Nadu, you must take up a stall. And and Suvir is there on the channel. You can reach out to him directly, or you can let me know your requirement. I will connect both of you. So Bikaner Wala, we have Saurabh Gehlot. Saurabh, are you there? Saurabh? Hi, Saurabh. You are an artist, right? We should get a taste of your art. That will be great. You
So I
are
think
on a,
his mic is, yeah.
yes, mic is not working, so you have to adjust the mic, because when you joined there was a question. Use the mic of the computer. You probably did not say yes to that. Unmute again. So at that time you had to select yes, I will use the computer mic. So the best is you again exit and again join. In the meantime, I will get one more speaker who has not spoken. Marzi, are you there? Marzi? Marzi Parak? Gurpreet from CCL? Greenbird. Hi,
Hello.
Gurpreet. Hi, Gurpreet.
Yeah, hi, sir. Hi. So, sir, it was very interactive sessions. So, I have heard to all the people, Abhinav
Yes, but
and
first,
other people.
first introduce your company. The
Yeah,
great,
myself, Gurpreet.
the great CCL Greenbird.
Yeah. So, I myself, Gurpreet, I am representing the Continental Greenbird plant-based product. So, here we are having the mock meat, and we are doing the right now. We have a four products. More on is coming on to add on this. So just we are working on the consumer B2B and B2C both areas. And recently we started some campaign like an awareness campaign and joined Plant-Based Food Association for this Navaratri. And we have done a Katwa festival
And
recently
this
in Delhi.
SK is with you? There's somebody SK into bracket guest. He's part of you? He has come, is your colleague?
SK is not there. There is an
No.
Ayushman. Ayushman is my colleague.
Okay, but who is SK? SK, can you please unmute yourself? Are you from Prime Minister's office, Modi ji's office? SK, can you please unmute yourself? Oh, can't see SK. SK gone.
They just left.
So maybe he was from Raw, ISI, or maybe dairy industry. Who was he? SK. Because Suvir writes Singh. Suvir is SS, and he's sitting right there. Who was SK? Even I stopped writing Sanjay Kumar. I write myself Sanjay Sethi now. Continue, Gurpreet. Somebody
Yeah.
enjoyed our webinar without saying hello, he left. Continue.
Okay. So yes, this webinar is very good. I seen the ideas and thoughts of the people also. They are looking out. Some people are reaching to the non-vegetarian to convert them, and the efforts the people are making, and definitely the other brands and other people. we appreciate they are making an effort to bring out the consumer in this end, because in India the vegan consumers are very less than 1%.
Are your
So
sales
yes,
going up?
every
Are your sales going up or going down?
yeah, sales are quite the same. We are, because sir, it's a last year only October. It's been started with the
Is
flow,
it
and
going
it's
going up or going down?
it's going up only. We are
Oh,
not saying it's
very
going
good.
down. Yes,
Very
compared
good.
to last year, we are a little bit on the slightly higher side. We can't say we have done a very great job. Last year, like 1,000 pieces we sell. This year, 1,000, 1,200. That's not a big thing, sir. Sales will come any day. It will not. It is not a big deal. The deal is the where we have to get the conversion of the consumers. The main is the consumers. We have to find out the right way. The people should get the taste of the product, because if I'll say in the market, standing in the market or modern trade, okay, this is a mock meat, what I faced here, this is a mock meat, please go and have a try this, so people slightly hesitate out of.
Which is your highest selling product?
It's an nuggets and seek kebab.
So nugget, what is the ingredient in nuggets?
Nuggets are made from the chickpea protein, wheat and oats. The dough is with the oats and wheat.
And is it available in the modern store?
Yeah, in Hyderabad, it's available in Ratnadeep and few mart. Right now in Delhi, recently we reached there. So Delhi home delivery services, we are doing it, and
In
soonly
Delhi,
by
which is the highest selling product?
which was sorry?
In Delhi, which is your highest selling product?
Abhi recently, I can't tell, sir, because last Ekatwa only we have made the open sales. But yes, if you can say in the Ekatwa, what I got an order for the home delivery, in which the maximum was the keema and nuggets.
Very interesting. And keema is made from which ingredient?
Keema is with the soya and chickpeas.
Good. So
So as a
thank you.
continental green bird, we are making it from the chickpeas only. The major ingredient we are taking the chickpea protein there, and soya we have minimized the soya usage. Only in the keema it is there the soya. Rest other products we are taking only the chickpeas and innovating the products.
Okay, great. Gurpreet, thank you for joining us and wish you all the best. And remember, on 21st of May, we have a big summit, which is
Okay.
plant-based summit, third edition. You were not there last year, but prepare
Yes.
some to launch your new product at that time. Whatever products are coming, you can launch at that time. So with this,
Sure.
I think all the speakers have either spoken or they are not present because Marzi is not present, right? Marzi, I was expecting you would have.
Hello. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Marzi, I called
No,
you
no.
2, 3 times and your name is showing as Bishwa. Bishwa, Marzi. Okay, I think Marzi is not there. Fine. So I think all the speakers have spoken. Is there anybody else who would like to say anything? Time is now.
No, Biswa.
Yes, yes. You want to say something?
Yes, sir. I want to.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me, please.
Okay, I'm from Sikkim, basically northeast part of India, and here we are a predominant meat eater society. So I started this restaurant called Vegco. So it's a QSR cafe. The response was very good, and like everything was very good, very thorough. So right now I'm just like changing the business model. In fact, it is like the best. People have written like it is the best vegetarian restaurant in town, and then like they have that kind of this thing review. So I want to change the business model, and then I want to make it more like like smaller in size, because that was like large seater restaurant. And I was like, I myself funded, okay, like through my family business,
Okay.
my family money. So right now I'm looking
Welcome.
for VC funding and investors.
Okay, welcome, welcome. So
So we are,
Aditi is there on the channel. You can take it offline. Bikaner Wala, is Saurabh back? Is there anybody else who wants to make a comment? Suvir, you have come
Yes,
to our meeting first time.
yes, sir.
Any feedback from your side?
Sir, I first time I got to know that how whole industry is all about, and it is great initiative, and you are heading this. It is really pleasure to have you here. And second thing, I'm telling you that, sir, this is we are also doing agri-food shows, right? So these people will get great investment, great association or joint venture through our show, because our show is all about agri-food trade, investors, business venture, joint venture kind of thing. So it will be a big help for them to take this initiative forward.
There's no doubt about it. Absolutely. You never know. Even Suvir may invest into one company.
And one more thing I want to tell you, we will market and we will present this industry in a such a way so they will got great mileage and good
Yes.
association from the market.
Yes. And you have given this promise on a Navaratri day, you cannot now not do it because you have you have done it on
You
an
are mental
auspicious
boss.
day.
You are mental boss. So
Okay.
everything will be there.
Okay, great. Thank you. So anybody else? So before we do this, Aditi, would you like to summarize and also tell us who gave uh, the name Silent Kumar to the guy who left? Anybody else who wants to say something? Gautam, you want to say something?
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Well, sir, your take which you took on the veg protein and conversion of a hardcore non-vegetarian to a veg protein is the best approach. Uh, the vegans are nice. Vegans are fine. They are good human beings. But vegans are not cut out for this task, because they kind of emotionally blackmail you, and they are in their own trip. So they will blackmail a vegetarian for drinking milk also, emotional blackmails. And what happens at certain point of time, the person will trigger back, as you say, he'll go back. And after that, he will never try to listen to a vegan. And because we are talking vegetarian protein, he will have a negative attitude towards us also. So
Gautam, when Mahatma Gandhi was doing his work, and he did a fantastic job in South Africa, when he came to India, people in Congress party were saying he is a madman. Just give him, garland him and send him back. For 5, 7 years, he was put in his home. Nobody was talking to Mahatma Gandhi. People could not see that he is bringing a change. He has a solution to not only India's problem, but to the world's problem. What is happening in Hamas and Israel? They did not listen to Mahatma Gandhi. Look what is happening there. They cannot solve the problem. So these vegans and animal activists, they are change makers. They have a solution to the world's problem. उनके पास चाबी है, कुंजी है. They are saying, please listen, leave meat, leave dairy. And what they are not saying, but we are telling them today, that create a product which tastes like dairy, which tastes like meat. You are doing the first step very good, which is creating awareness, right? But what you do not realize that he will go back and start drinking the milk and meat.
exactly.
Because he will not find the exact tasty product in हरा भरा कबाब. हरा भरा कबाब में दम नहीं है कि उसको रोक के रखेगा.
बराबर.
Right? So for that, the innovation has to be done, which these entrepreneurs are doing. Are you with me? Some of these vegan entrepreneurs, just like Abhinav, they realize, but after doing mistakes, after trying, hit heat and trial. Now they have understood that part, and now they are cracking the code. So the Rome wasn't built overnight. You understand, even at your age, my age, we do so many mistakes even today, right? So it is very important that we encourage them and we don't use words to discourage them. Because if we will say, oh, ये लोग तो ऐसे हैं, दूध पीने वाले को बिल्कुल blackmail
सर नहीं,
करेंगे.
पर वो फैक्ट है सर.
So,
सर you may agree with me, sir, you may disagree with me, but ये हो रहा है. And I'm not
right.
against vegans. They are very
That's
nice
right.
people. They are doing good. They are doing good. But what the majority who are non-vegetarians, if they have got to be shifted here, if that is the mission, then the techniques and the way to get them on board vegetarian is a different way of communication altogether, positioning of the products. Everything has to change. It cannot go from a emotional angle.
Gautam, I'm not answering you. I'm just saying something to you. Please try to understand that when our son, he does something which we don't want him to do, what do we do? Do we hit him? Do we shoot him? No, we become kind with him. And yet we try to persuade him. So here what is happening, you may not be liking some part of this amazing journey which has started. Of course, we are finding out how to change ourselves. Abhinav is the best example sitting in front of you. 1 year back, he was trying, it was not working. Today, it is working. It is hit and trial. Because like you have learned something by doing many mistakes in life, I have done something by doing many mistakes in life. These people will also learn. So please have
Fair
faith
enough.
in have
Fair enough.
faith, have faith in their intelligence that they will do hit and trial and they will reach the wisdom where we are standing today. But let us not discourage them. Let's celebrate their enthusiasm. Let us celebrate their initiative. Let us celebrate their positive thinking. Let us celebrate the fact that they have the solution towards problem. It is just that they are not amazing implementers because they have 1 or 2 lessons left to be learned. And what are those lessons? The amazing science of Jivadan, Simrise, and what they do wonders to the product. That is something which Abhinav learned. So he stopped making the product himself. He went to Good Dot. He went to Blue Tribe. He went to Chata. He went to those people who have understood the science. He has said, you make the product. I will do the final garnishing. I will serve it. So his business is not food production. His business is food service. Because somebody else is making the food in the factory. He is doing the final heating or final presenting. Just little last bit of cooking he is doing. Because he cannot make the product bad because the good product has already been conceived by the scientist and made in the factory. So please come to this webinars like a good student and appreciate what is being said, and then you ask questions in a gentle manner, but not deride them. So with this, I want to ask once again, is Saurabh back? Indra, would you like to summarize and Narhari and Medha before I ask Aditya to close the whole thing? Indra? Narhari? Medha?
Yes, sir. So, thank you all for joining today. And currently, I can see that still after 2.5 hours, 18 people still are there online. And today we covered many, interesting topics, a new way. So, like we have hosted many webinars in past, but we have never seen like this kind of topics being discussed because we are usually business focused at PBFIA. But today, considering the occasion of plant-based Navratri, we had to actually bring such amazing speakers, and we will definitely, keep them in loop. So that was the best part I felt. Uh, and it was the star, point of today's webinar. Thank you.
Medha, Indra.
We have a good, I think, good debatable sort of condition today. But yeah, I will also like to add that change, switch, transformation does not happen overnight. Even when we talk about taking Navratri campaign as an example, we talk about that it's a journey. It's not an overnight, because when we say people that you have to switch towards something which is not has been your lifestyle for so many years, it rings a lot of bell, and it brings a lot of adjustment mentally as well, and socially as well. So it's basically a journey, and it's good that we have a lot of people who are motivating others to make that transformation. And we will of course we see a lot of people now inclining towards the segment. They're becoming more aware. Now the approach should be that we need reversal from people. It should not be just the awareness. We should have loyalty build among the individual. They should trust that plant-based foods are good for them, and what choices they can have according to their likings. So this is the whole thing we should be targeting towards. Thank you so much.
Indra is there? Switched off. Muted.
Sir, she was not feeling well, so that's why maybe
Okay.
she's
Okay.
taking rest.
So now over to Aditi, if you can rise and tell us who gave the name Silent Kumar to that raw detection.
Yeah, I think that was that was hilarious. Abhinav mentioned that in the comments, and yeah, I think I had a great laugh after seeing that, and all of us did too. Very innovative. Um, with veganers also, how he explained the Avengers bit. Um yeah, that was very interesting too. So, thank you, sir. And I think it was a great webinar. Thank you to all of you for being seated here, for being a part of this. And thank you to all the speakers, like we said, on a Sunday, taking time out from your family time. It's incredible to see everyone come together. One important thing that I think we all noticed here is there was a lot of optimism, which is a great thing. At the same time, there was a lot of inclusivity. So when everyone talked about meat, dairy, it was filled with a positive outlook that we will slowly move towards a transformation. Nothing was about being very particular about it, even though we are very particular about it, all of us. But at the same time, we know that it will happen slowly, gradually. We have to be accepting of people and then help them move towards this revolution. So that was great. And in addition to that, we of course have companies out here who are actually, so there is a mixture of activism, there's a mixture of awareness, there's a mixture of policy advocacy. There was Jasmine here, Sanjay sir here, who himself, they keep interacting with the government. So we have all the aspects covered, and we are also creating products continuously to provide solutions. So when we're asking for transformation, we need to have alternatives, is what Sanjay sir also mentioned, for those cravings that people have or for their daily requirements. So a lot of good brands out here. We had the sweet Vijay Sweets covering the Mysore Park aspect, Dancing Cow covering the plant-based dairy bit, Continental Greenbird, Ubuntu. So all these brands coming together. And yes, Animal Save also, Aprajita, like she mentioned, they are also doing incredible work in terms of the ground that they're setting with the awareness. So, yes, all in all, it was a great webinar, a very positive start to our Sunday, a very positive addition to the whole Navratri campaign that we have every year, twice a year. So, in both the Navratris, this being the third edition. So, yes, I think that was about it. Very proud of the whole ecosystem. Thank you, sir, for bringing this whole thing together, and looking forward to more interactions and a lot of support from the community to each other.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, partners. With this, we
Sanjay
can.
sir, I would like to talk.
Who is speaking? Who is speaking?
Bishwa.
Bishwa, I'm taking you offline. I'm taking you offline because we have starting our own meeting. So here our team meeting. So I'll take you offline. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just call.
Talk to me later.
Yes, sure. I will call you. Thank you. Okay.